Excellent. Well, my name is Kendall.
And my name is Darcy.
And have you guys been to the new Heart of Africa exhibit yet?
Yes.
Yes, excellent. So I'm sure you saw lots of awesome African animals. But there are so many animals in Africa, we couldn't jam them all back there. So we brought some really cool friends right here on stage for you guys.
Right, and our first really cool friend lives in the grasslands. And this is Kenya. And she may look like a baby cat to you guys, but she is actually a full-grown serval. And she kind of looks a little bit like a franken-cat. She has those really long legs, that short tail, and those huge ears. But these are all really great adaptations to help them be the most successful cat hunter in the wild. So you can see she's got those really, really long legs, and she uses those to catch birds right out of the sky. She also uses those really long legs to stick down into rodent holes. She likes mice, rats, moles. They also like eating some fish, frogs, and bigger insects. So those legs are really helpful for her. It's kind of slippery out here. So it's kind of slippery. We're not gonna jump her again for Kenya's safety. But you can see as she's walking off her really short tail. And she uses that short tail to help her with hunting. Because if she had a really long tail like a lion or a leopard and she was coming down after a jump, she could actually land on that tail and it might injure her. So it's really helpful to have that short tail.
That's right. So Kenya is an excellent savanna predator, but we don't really think of the oceans around Africa like on the southern coast where Barry and Wahoo live, and they are indeed African black-footed penguins. So a lot of people are absolutely shocked to learn that penguins don't like rain. Penguins do not like rain, but they are normally excellent swimmers. I think Barry here is just a little unsure with it being, nice and rainy out, but they are excellent when they're in the water because they have to catch their dinner. And of course, penguins love all different types of fish. They will eat about 20 different species of fish down there on the southern coast of Africa. And in order to catch those fish, you have to be really, really fast too. They can swim about 20 miles an hour, which might not seem fast to us with our cars and our highways, but for a speedboat or something in the water, that is extremely quick. And of course, as birds, they do have feathers. They have 70 feathers packed into one little square inch. And then not only are they good swimmers, they are good hoppers. Because on this rocky coast, you have to go home. So that's Barry and Wahoo, our African black-footed penguins.
So we're gonna go from the rocky coasts back to the grasslands where Kenya was from for our next guest.
And she is excellent at staying safe. So this is Barbie, and she is going to be one of the best animals when it comes to being completely protected. And as soon as you see her, she's also nocturnal. So on a day like this, it might not be the best kind of weather or the best kind of conditions. So I think she might be sleeping right inside.
So we're going to go to an area of Africa that we haven't seen yet. We're going to go to the desert for our next animal. And this is the cutest fox in the world, in my opinion. But she's actually the smallest fox in the world. So this is Fiona, and Fiona is a fennec fox. And the first thing you notice about this beautiful animal is those huge ears. So they use those kind of as a built-in air conditioning system. So in the really heat of the day at the desert, the blood flow in her body will flow through those ears and cool down through the desert breeze. And then that blood will flow back through her body and kind of regulate her temperature, keep her a little cooler than if she didn't have those huge ears. But it also gets really cold in the desert at night. Some people don't always know that. And she has that huge tail for a reason. So at night she can curl up in a ball, wrap that tail around her nose, her eyes, her ears, her paws, and keep her really, really warm in the really cool breeze at night. So something really, really cool about these foxes is their feet. So when you guys go to Zambezi Bay or the beach and you're running across the really hot ground, your feet burn, don't they? You kind of wish you had You kind of wish you had flip-flops on. But fennec foxes have fur growing through all of the pads in their paws, so when they're running across the desert sand that's been heating up in the sun all day, they don't burn their feet. So they also really like scorpions. That's one of their favorite snacks. They are one of the only predators of scorpions. So they do this cute little dance around them, bat at them until they can get a good grip. They bite that stinger off, and then they can snack on their favorite treat. So that is Fiona, our fennec fox.
And she might not look like a super fierce predator, but her next friend might be a little more symbolic. Even though this is indeed a type of snake. This is Lucy, the ball python. But for snakes, she is one of the nicest reptiles you will ever know. Because some snakes, out of fear, if they are getting maybe in danger, they will strike, especially if they're venomous. Well, Lucy, she doesn't have any venom. She's a constrictor, and her defense is not to bite. Her teeth are super small, so she wouldn't do a lot of damage. She will actually curl up in a cute little ball and hope that that big predator will leave. And that's how they get the name ball python. Some people also know them as the royal python because Egyptian royalty, thousands of years ago, would take care of these snakes and wear them as bracelets and jewelry. So they are quite a really, really cool snake. And a lot of people also will actually raise them as pets just because they are such a nice type of snake. And of course, being constrictor, they love to hug their prey. And they won't take cute little bites of their food. They will swallow whole because of an elastic band, not only on the sides of their jaws, but underneath as well.
Right, and so ball pythons, you never want to get in a staring contest with them. Do you guys know why? They actually can't blink. So they have a scale covering their eyeballs just like the rest of their body. So about once a month when they shed their skin, they're going to shed that scale along with the rest of their skin, and it'll regenerate just like the rest of them. So it wouldn't be fair for us to bring out all these really cool African animals without showing you the fastest land animal in the world. So we are going to bring out for you a baby cheetah. And this is not a cheetah.
No, this is Carlisle, our English chef, but indeed we do have BB, the African cheetah.
So BB is a 9-month-old cheetah, and as she's making her way up onto the box, you can see that they are just chock full of adaptations that help them to be the fastest land animal in the world. So you can tell that these guys are daytime hunters by those nice, beautiful tear stripes that go down their face. She's got those black lines going down from the corner of her eye around her mouth. And that is really helpful when she's laying in wait, hunting her prey, or when she's chasing it, because those black lines are going to reflect the sun so that she's not blinded by the really bright sunlight, because she can't really wear sunglasses while she's hunting for her food. And once she gets up on the box, you guys will be able to see her claws. And these guys have semi-retractable claws. So your cats back home can pull their claws all the way in, but kind of like your dogs, their claws are always sticking out. So you can see that now that she's up there. And those are really helpful because when they are waiting for their prey, once they decide to chase after it, they need some really great traction. So those claws are going to create that. And that's how they can get up to those top speeds. You can also see she has a really flat tail at the end. They have ovular vertebrae to make that flat shape, and that's going to help them when they're making turns. When their body goes one way, their tail's going to go the other way, and it's going to stabilize them and help them be able to keep those speeds while chasing their prey.
So, tons of adaptations for the wild at catching those really fast prey, but like I mentioned, we do have Carlisle, the English lab here, and I'm sure a few of you are wondering what he is doing. So BB and Carlisle, they've been raised together from a very young age, and Carlisle is kind of like a really big, happy, confident friend. So BB, when she comes out here, maybe to you guys on stage, or they also do a lot of appearances, sometimes on TV, by having a really close friend that they've been raised with, like a dog, they can be very comfortable in front of tons of new people. But in the wild, dogs and cats, especially in Africa, they have a little bit of a different relationship.
Very true. So in the wild, cheetahs are endangered. And that's partially to do with farmers out in Africa. Because farmers farm goats and sheep, and the cheetahs have begun to realize that it's a lot easier to catch penned-in animals rather than to chase after a gazelle or an antelope. Kind of like how, if you guys have had a really long day, you'd rather just go to McDonald's than go home and cook a home-cooked meal. It's a lot more convenient. But the problem is these farmers have the right to shoot cheetahs if they feel threatened. So if they see a cheetah on their property and they feel like their livestock is in danger, they are allowed to shoot those cheetahs. So here at the Columbus Aquarium, we partner with the Cheetah Conservation Fund, and what they do is they pair Anatolian shepherds with these farmers in Africa. And these shepherds are huge guard dogs, and they have a very booming bark. So, as Kendall was saying, cheetahs are naturally skittish animals. So when they hear that Anatolian shepherd bark, they would much rather get out of there than stick around and go for those goats and sheep.
That's right. So thank you very much, Jen and Vivi. And if you guys would like to help Cheetah Conservation Fund or other animal programs you already have, because part of your admission money did go to different conservation groups. But if you would like to help the Cheetah Conservation Fund more, I have cheetah and dog pins available after the show for a $2 donation. And it shows a cheetah and dog, and you guys can have one maybe for back to school flair in a few months. I know we don't like to think about it, but thank you guys so much for enjoying our show. We will have another penguin out at 1:30 right after the show. At 2:30, weather permitting, we may have a cheetah run as well, and we will have our Wings of Flight bird show here at 3 o'clock. So thank you guys so much, and enjoy the rest of your day here at the zoo.
Thanks, guys.